Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Ashley and I make astrology videos here on YouTube. So today's video, I'm going to be eating. It's gonna be a little mukbang. I know I just did one recently with what, Japanese food or something. Oh my god, enjoy this ready to bake cookie dough from our chocolate chip cookie kit. What? Bitch, they gave me 4 cookies. That is so cute. What? I'm gonna bake them at home. Anyways, I'm gonna be talking about the zodiac signs and when they're in love and stuff like that, and how to know if someone's falling in love. So the way that I would use this video if I were you is pretty much like, if you're trying to figure out if you're in love with someone or not, look out for these little clues. Or if you're trying to figure out if someone else is in love with you, so try and read them the way that I'm going to explain in this video. Fettuccine Alfredo from a restaurant called Earl's. It's so good. It's so good. It has blackened Cajun chicken on it and it's so good. I'm gonna take a bite and then I'm gonna share something with you guys that I want to put you onto. Before I start the video, I want to put you guys onto something that you may or may not have heard of on my channel before. Have you ever wanted to know what the heck is happening in your life? Whether it be with your career, your love life, relationships, spirituality, whatever. Well, I'm the same way. I love guidance. So I use a website called Keen, which connects me with different types of astrologers, psychic advisors, spiritual advisors, clairvoyants, tarot readers, everything of that sort. It allows you to connect with them online. It's super easy. You can go on the website Keen. I'll link the actual website down below. Pretty much you just choose someone that best suits your needs and what you're looking for. So for someone like me, I like to do tarot readings and I like to speak to like clairvoyants. So I would look up a clairvoyant or a tarot reader on Keen, look at the reviews so I can find someone that's good, reliable, someone that is gonna work well with me, and then I do my reading. So I like doing mine over the phone, and it's really cool because you just pay per minute, and right now Keen is actually offering you 10 minutes for $1.99. Sometimes you pay $1.99 for 1 minute, but you're getting 10 minutes for $1.99. So you can ask about that boy you're crushing on, you can ask about the job you just applied to, whatever it is. Even if it's the state of the world right now, maybe you can get some guidance on how to navigate through that. You can go on Keen and you can get your first 10 minutes for $1.99 by clicking the link in my description. Keen is honestly one of the most affordable ways to get psychic guidance, and I really do recommend it. I've used it many times and they predicted a lot. I always say this in my videos though, take the time to read reviews so you can find someone really good that's going to suit your needs. It's just like any other site like Amazon where, you know, the best reviews are going to give you the best experience. So just do your research so you can find someone that's going to be really good for you, and I'm sure you're going to have a great experience. So once again, if you're interested in trying out Keen, then click the link in my description box to get $1.99 for your first 10 minutes. So now we're going to talk about the signs falling in love part 1. So we're going to talk about the 6 zodiac signs in this video, and then I'm going to do part 2 and we're going to talk about the next 6 in that video. So I do this because I talk a lot and I don't want the video to be an hour long. I'd rather have 2 20-minute videos, to be honest. This is so good. Oh my god. So you are going to hear some chewing in this video. I know that's like triggering to some people, and what I say to those people is go watch someone else because I'm not about to eat quietly like a little mouse to make you happy. I also have here the new guava drink from Starbucks. Also guys, I barely eat out anymore. I mostly cook at home now. So I feel like I'm really living my best life right now. Okay, so we're gonna start with Gemini because right now it is Gemini season. And you guys deserve to go first. Okay, so as a Gemini, of course, you know, sign of the twin and all that. So I like to say that a Gemini is looking for a reflection of themselves in the partner that they're going for. So they like to casually date a lot. But when you know they're falling in love, or when you are a Gemini and you start feeling like you're falling in love with someone, you're 10 boyfriends in and you're like, you know what, this is the one. That usually really means something. Because Geminis are casual daters. But when they're in love, so if you're a Gemini and you start noticing that you're really trying to find out how you and this person are similar, are they like you, you're really looking for like that soulmate other half connection, and that's really important to you because you're not just like, if you're just dating them, you can have your fun, but when you want them to be like your future, your life, your partner, then you start looking at those things like, are they a reflection of who you are and are they your soulmate? Because you want to find that other half. You do, because you need that balance, and it's really important to you. You'll also find that you're seeking perfection because you don't want to half-ass this connection. So you will start to seek perfection in this person. So you'll start watching everything they do. Does it meet your needs? Does it really go along with how you want to live your life and all that? And That's really important. So if you are a Gemini, that's how you'll kind of start picking up on it. Take that as you want from the other side of the relationship. Like maybe you're trying to figure out about your Gemini crush. Try and listen to this and understand it from their perspective, and maybe watch how they're moving to see if they kind of go along with what I'm saying. Another thing you should know is that the Gemini will be more sensitive and emotional. So you'll start finding that things are getting to you more than they normally would. You're usually not a very emotional sign. So when you start getting affected by things, you're like, hold on, do I feel more for this person than I thought I did? Because why the fuck am I tripping over this? Trust me, it's gonna happen. So whether it's you or your partner, you will see that emotion coming out of the Gemini. They're gonna become a sensitive little soul. And it's so funny. It's gonna be like a whole new version of yourself or whoever. And it's gonna be great. Refreshing, really, because Geminis can be a little unemotional at times. You might even be overwhelmed with emotions because you're so unused to it. Now you might just be like, what do I do with this? Why does my heart feel so happy? Why am I so sad when they don't answer my message? Why am I so angry when they do that? You know what I mean? Everything's gonna be at an all-time high. Another thing which is silly is that the Gemini is like someone that's very unapologetically themselves, as I always say. But you'll start finding that you care a little more about how you appear around this person. So like you're gonna want to seem more chill, more relaxed, more cool, more this, more that, you know? So when you start realizing that you're more conscious of how you're moving and how you're acting, probably falling in love, because you don't really give a fuck. But when you're in love, everything changes. You're gonna be very protective over your person, and you're not gonna know why, but you're gonna just want to protect them, and you won't want anyone to fuck with them, and you will fuck someone up if they do. So no one really wants to see that happen, if we're being honest, because you guys are crazy. So if you're a Cancer, you'll know, because one of the main things is that you'll realize that someone else is now the center of your universe. You're gonna wake up and you're gonna think about that person. Did they eat? Did they sleep well? Did they do this? Did they do that? Are they okay? What can I do to make their day better? Like you just, that they are the center of your universe. And the Cancer that is like unevolved is going to let this really fuck with their peace, but the Cancer that is more mature and whatever will be a really good partner. Another sign is that your maternal instincts will kick in, and this can be for a male or female. Those maternal instincts will just kick in. A Cancer is a very motherly and nurturing sign, so it really comes out when they're in love. Like they just want to, you know, take care and make sure you're okay and really baby you, to be honest. Like they just want to do anything that they can in their power to make your life easier if you're with one. They're gonna want to spend a lot of time with you, like a weird amount of time with you. They're gonna want to be with you every second of every single day. You're really gonna cherish your person. So one thing you'll never have to worry about if you're Cancer is your partner feeling unloved or unappreciated, mostly because you really go out of your way to make them feel those things. You really just do anything to see them happy. Like that's really what it comes down to. You just want them to be happy because that makes you happy. The Leo will just want to do things for you all the time. Like if you're like, oh my god, I need to go pick up tomatoes at the grocery store, they're gonna be like, I can do it for you, let me do it for you. Or they're just gonna go buy tomatoes and drop them off and be like, hey, I left tomatoes outside. Like they're so nice. You guys are like, Ashley, are you okay? What do you mean they're so nice? You're talking nice about Leos? Are you okay, Ashley? If you're new here, you don't get it. But if you're like an OG, you're probably like, wow, she said something nice. Leos are nice. Do I click with them? No. But doesn't take away the fact that they're very nice people. And when it comes to the people they love, especially romantically, when they're in love, they will do anything. They want to make your life easy. Like for example, if you know the love languages, I feel like the Leo, the language they speak is probably acts of service because they're constantly doing shit for you. I think the language that they receive love is different, but like I just want to touch on the language they speak. I feel like is probably acts of service. You'll start noticing that you're in love if you start realizing that this person is coming first in your life. So specifically before work, if you put them before work, that's it. You're in love. Because Leos, you guys don't play with your work. That is your life. If you start calling in sick to hang out with your lover, or asking for an extension because you spent too much time with this person and you didn't get it done, probably in love. Because nothing comes between a Leo in their work. When I say work, I mean their part-time job, their full-time job, their career, their studies, their YouTube channel. Whatever work is to you, that's what I'm talking about. The last thing is, if you're spoiling someone like crazy and you don't know why, you just want to buy them everything, and every time you're at the store you see something for them and you're just like all of a sudden head over heels, I need to improve this person's life once again. I want to spoil them. I want to give them a massage. I want to cook for them. I want to buy them food. I want to... You don't worry about anyone but yourself. So the second you start worrying about someone else, you're in love. I'm getting so full, but this doesn't reheat well. So I want to try and eat it all now. I really don't need to be doing this. All right, so the Virgo. When you start caring a lot about someone, that's number one, because you definitely care about your friendships and your people around you, but there's a different level of care for the one that you love, and you know what I'm talking about if you're a Virgo, because I've seen so many Virgos go through this. It's a different level. You'll do anything for this person. You want to protect them. You will do anything for this person, and it's beautiful. It's really sweet, as long as it's not taken advantage of. That's when it can get a little bit, you know, unhealthy. But anyways, when you start realizing that you'll literally do anything, huge, you get possessive out of nowhere. It's not usually unhealthy. It obviously depends on the person, but the Virgo in general is just possessive. Like, what's theirs is theirs, you know? So they get a little bit possessive. For the most part though, it's not a bad thing. Most people kind of like it, you know, because it shows that someone cares. So you'll notice that your Virgo cares a lot, and it'll probably just make you smile if anything, and just be like, but it all depends on who you are, who they are, how far it goes. But yeah, the Virgo sometimes has to fight how possessive they are. The evolved Virgo will. They'll internally process that, you know, they don't want you around this person, or they don't want this posted on Instagram, blah, blah, blah. But they won't act on it because they know better, and they know what's fair, they know what's right. So that's a good thing when you're dealing with an evolved Virgo, which I really do have to make that video on evolved and unevolved. I've been struggling to spiral this noodle for so long. I've never really experienced the possessive Virgo. I've just experienced like the protective one, and I think it's nice. When you start noticing your Virgo breaking down their emotional walls, another big sign. One more thing. They're super expressive and super devoted to the relationship. You're gonna notice that they're all in, they're very invested, and they're gonna be affirming a lot of how they're feeling to you constantly, and it's really beautiful. My camera's dying, so I gotta go through these a little faster, which sucks. I'm sorry if you feel like yours is rushed, but we gotta, otherwise I'm not gonna be able to finish the video. Okay, fucking 2002 Honda, was that really necessary? I'm not talking shit about his car, I'm just talking shit that like he tries to make it sound like it's a Porsche, but I'm here in my 2010 Nissan. You think I'm gonna do that to my car? Draw all this? Anyways, I don't have time for that. Libras, you guys are emotionally dependent, and it's very unfortunate because you guys are such a good sign, but when you're in relationships, you tend to get dependent on the person you're with. So you don't know how to process emotions and feelings and situations without going to that person, getting advice. So when you are getting involved with someone as a Libra, and you start finding that whenever something's happening significant in your life, you need to contact this person, you need to talk about it with this person. Nothing bad with that if you don't let it go too far, but that is a big sign that you might be falling in love, because you don't really like pouring your emotional baggage onto other people unless it's like that solid person in your life that you can really rely on, trust, and you just want them to know what's happening. You guys are very loving and attentive. Libras are flirts, and if you start noticing that you don't have a desire to flirt with anyone, you're probably in love, because you guys love to flirt with people even when you're dating. Okay, so my camera died. I don't know if you noticed the quality or angle change. I don't know how different it is, but I'm on my phone now. So hi, I hope this works, because usually Final Cut Pro doesn't take my iPhone files. So let's see if this works. So I was finishing up on the Libra, and the Libra, another thing that you guys should really be aware of is if you notice that you're very considerate of someone else's feelings and emotions towards decisions in your life, and you're now feeling like you're considering them in your decision-making process. Huge. Obviously, as we know, Libras have a hard time making decisions, and if you're added into their decision-making process, that's a big deal, because they don't want to add anything extra because they have such a hard time already. Like, they really, really do. Lastly, we have the Scorpio. The Scorpio is a very difficult, complicated sign. If they want to leave their house to see you more than once, frequently, if anything, that in itself is a big giveaway. Like, if you start noticing that as a Scorpio, someone's able to consistently get you out of your house without you feeling like it's a chore, you actually want to leave and go see them, or you want to get ready and have them over, or, you know, you're just more open to being social, then that's pretty big, because you guys like your space, your solitude, you just, you know, you keep up with your friends, but in your own ways. So when it comes to loving someone, it's very different for you. If you're sharing personal details about your life, your past, you know, things that you're going through with someone, that is obviously a huge thing, because you guys don't really do that for just anyone. I've been very close to Scorpios, and I've had them as like best friends in my life. The other ones just kind of like gave me the surface of what they're going through and never really wanted to share, you know, too much, which is up to them. But it's definitely something that I was very aware of, because I was just like trying so hard and I was so open, and I didn't get that back, which is fine. But when they're in love, they are different. They give back, and they are very open, and they do more. They make more of an effort in that way. If you meet their friends and family, that's pretty big. Scorpios don't really like to mix groups. Like, their work friends don't really meet their hometown friends. Their hometown friends don't always meet their family members. Their family members don't always meet their boyfriend or their girlfriend until it's like legit and they're like head over heels. So when they start mixing you with their friends or cousins or coworkers, and they just kind of want people to see who you are and how you are as a person, huge. Even as a Scorpio, you might sit here and think that's not a big deal, but if you look back at all the people that you started mingling and mixing together, they were all very important to you. You don't just bring around acquaintances with just anyone. You'll keep them around the acquaintances. You know what I mean? Like, it means so much more to you than the average person to have your friends communicating and mixing with your loved one. And it's a bigger deal than some people might think it is for Scorpios. Not all Scorpios, but definitely a big chunk of them. So another thing is, if you are starting to see only this person through your eyes and you're not interested in anybody else and you don't have a backup, Scorpios are the type to be talking to someone and have like a plan B, like a backup plan, and someone that they can text when this person's acting up, or if this falls through, you have a backup. When you find that your attention is solely on one person, you might be smitten. You might be smitten like a kitten. That's pretty much it. I'm sorry that some of it got rushed and then there was the camera change. I don't really know if you guys give a fuck about things like that, but I guess I'll just address it. Next time I'll charge my battery before leaving the house. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys have noticed how long my hair is getting, because I'm so happy. I just had to point it out again because wow, it's really growing. I hope you guys are surviving during the quarantine and everyone's healthy and happy and just doing okay. If you guys need ways to cope with dealing with quarantine and all this stuff and the anxiety surrounding, you know, COVID, then you can listen to our podcast. We do have 2 episodes. One of them is like how to keep yourself busy during quarantine. The other one's how to stay sane. So you'll know by the titles of the episodes, but you can check out our podcast, Let's Get Real. The podcast is available on Apple Podcast app, Spotify, Anchor FM, and YouTube. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to keep an eye out for part 2, where the next 6 signs will be featured. Once again, as I mentioned, Keen is an amazing site, so if you are interested in getting a reading, 10 minutes for $1.99, click the link in my description box down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video for the millionth time. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.